welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and with me, I got my boy them Sam and Walter. And as usual, we talking everything West Indies cricket. So, the boys had another encounter today with England. They were looking to set the record straight with regards to how they lost the game a couple of days ago. It wasn't, I will give it this, fellas. It was an improved performance, right? But it also was, I think it was a chance lost to go 1-all. It was a chance lost to go 1-all. Walter, where do you think things went south today?
It started a good day, good night, whenever you guys watch this. It started when Keacy Carty gave his wicket away. Hope already had, I can't remember, taken for almost 9 runs off the over. They had scored. I think he hit a six and a couple singles, and then he just ran past one, not understanding that he had to start over and score a big one. So just like what Joe Root did, right? And Keacy Carty, he's young. He's establishing himself. I hope he learns from this one because he needs to understand when. I remember, I'll say this again, Ken Alfonso, a guy we played cricket with. Ken always says, whenever you have someone, you have to know whenever you have a batter or you have the bowling team on the ropes. And West Indies actually had England on the ropes. And as you said, if Keacy Carty had batted until the end of 50 overs, we would have scored 350 runs, and the way how it went, we probably would have won the game.
Yeah. Your thoughts, Sam?
Yeah, well, I too agree with Walter in the sense of Keacy Carty needed to play for as long as possible. The last time we met, we spoke about Keacy Carty's role batting at number 3. And when you bat at number 3, as was the case today, you're pretty much likely to be an opener if things go bad with the openers, right? So you have to match being a batsman who's able to play the new ball and also to steady the innings, right? So Keacy Carty had to be greedy today, right? This thing about, we're playing an ODI and you got to put a lot of runs on the board. Once you have wickets in hand, you can do things down the stretch.
Yep.
You see? So again, he had no reason playing the shot he played. I think we can all agree with that. But I want to step back for a bit and to make a point that I think we missed. You know, the last time we said that, look, West Indies coming off of the Ireland series were on a high. That is true. But guess what? How many games has Jaden Seals been able to bowl in prior to coming to England? 1 match.
Yeah.
So while we talk about the Ireland series being a warm-up, our batsmen have had a chance to really, settle. Our bowlers haven't had that chance. Some people might start making an excuse for them, but it is still bothersome to me in terms of how we fell down at Edgbaston, right? And so I think we have to realize that really and truly, this constant narrative of us not being fully prepared, our bowlers haven't been thoroughly prepared. Because you go back to Ireland, for some of them, they had 2 matches. In the case of Seals, he had 1.
Sammy,
okay? So
Sammy,
I want us to think about that.
Sammy,
Yeah.
I ain't making no excuse. Me, I can push back at the Jaden Seals. The other bowlers probably. But not all of them. But
Right.
I think all of them were playing cricket, even though it wasn't one-day cricket, right? They were
Correct.
playing cricket, so they had like they had all every one of them. Jarry Joseph was in England.
No,
Jaden
Zari was
Seals,
in
he was with
Pakistan.
Sussex. Pakistan, sorry, Pakistan. But that's what I'm. Pakistan. Um, and all of them were playing first class cricket recently,
Hmm.
With the
right?
acceptance of Shamar
So at the
Joseph.
end of the day, it's not,
I'll tell you why. When you
with
finish,
the
I'll tell you
exception
why
of
I make
Samar
that point.
Joseph, with the exception of Shamar, who was just having a fun. Well, sorry, he was in the IPL. Not. I guess he had a chance to rehab. So I'll be serious with that one and not joke about it. He had some chance to rehab.
Here is why I wish to make that point.
Hmm.
Kevy has always said he prefers runs
Yeah.
on the board. Throughout my years of watching cricket, I prefer when West Indies chases runs. But again, that's a time when we had the likes of Chris Gale and what have you, right?
Marlon Samuels et al.
And Marlon Samuels and what have you. The reason why I brought up the fact that our bowlers did not have as much in-game exposure this season
Hmm.
in the UK, right? Is that perhaps in that first ODI, West Indies, having won the toss, perhaps should have batted. In other words, you're coming off a high where your batters did so well in Ireland. Let them continue along that line. Give your bowlers a chance to assess the conditions and then go forward with it. So you look today, again, in a way, I'm kind of glad that the English said, no, you all go on bat. Because you imagine our bowlers coming with the pressures out of Birmingham, traveling to Wales, pressure on them, and got to go there and make, no, let the bowlers, let the batters do their thing. And the batters, for the most part, did their thing. One last point. When you check the overs, we batted for what? 47 overs and 4 balls, right? England made the runs or won the match in which over? The 48th over, right?
48.5, yeah.
I stopped there.
Listen,
Take with that
Walter,
what you want to take of it.
Walter, I'm going to
Yes,
push
sir.
back on the Keacy Carty, what you mentioned. He's a young man learning. Keacy Carty has played almost 41 one-day internationals. This is year 4 of him playing international cricket, right?
Hmm.
He's well entrenched. Four centuries in his last, what's that now, 11, 12 matches. There's not many other batsmen that are in that type of form. What annoyed me today, and Joe Root showed him the template. When you are in, your job is to finish the job. You understand me? It's not to leave it to anyone else. Too often, whether it's Brandon King, whether it's Evan Lewis, whether it's Keacy Carty, too often they get to a landmark score and they go, I've had enough. Somebody else do it. You know, I was pissed off at Keacy Carty when he made that 170 recently. No, finish the innings. You understand? Finish the innings. Go ahead. Don't leave it to someone else. Finish the innings. Today, Brandon King had a perfect opportunity to get a really big one. But as is the norm with Brandon King, I get a nice score. Okay, somebody else come. Keacy Carty got to 100 today and he literally walked past the ball. That's what he did. Walked past the ball. A straight ball that he walked past. The ball in turn a lick. Not 1 degree turn. And he walked past it. It was like, okay, I've had enough. Justin Graves, come and do something. Or no, Hetty, come and do something. Finish the job. On to the next question. What were your thoughts on Hetmyer today? I asked.
Nonchalant.
Hold on. Keep in mind, I asked, is this last chance saloon for him?
He get one more. Yeah, nonchalant. He has one more game. They might play him in the third match. Nonchalant. I Hetty is so talented. Such a talented cricketer. He understands in terms of batting, in terms of understanding the game. He has experience. But I don't think that he just it's I think and this as you said about Brandon King, it's I am fed up of people thinking that we in the Caribbean have this laid back, nonchalant attitude. And it's part of our society because we relax and we have fun, but we're hard workers.
Yeah.
Our ancestors built the Caribbean. Our ancestors built North America. Our ancestors built this Caribbean and these nations. Hard work against all odds. So we are not naturally. I hate the fact we're nonchalant. When we want to work hard, we work hard. When we beat the world for 15 years and this still gives people nightmares, we played proper cricket. So this thing about us being nonchalant annoys me. We have fun while we're doing it and don't play boring, and that's who we are as a people. But Hetty, I this laid back. It annoys me with not only Hetty but all the others that you mentioned. We need to get out of this thing. It's a mentality thing, as we said the last match. I don't.
Sammy, what do you think is the root cause of Hetmyer's downturn?
Pun intended.
Pun
Pun
intended.
intended.
What do you think is the root cause of his downturn in form?
Look, I am just, gonna parrot what we've heard, or what has been said time and time again. That T20 cricket has affected his game. You see, the muscle memory, for want of a better term, towards the longer formats, even a 50 over, which, is obviously longer than a T20. I still do feel his body is not in tune to that. His muscles rather, don't remember to take your time. You have time, because he came in. When did he come in?
It was the 30.
What, around the
I think
something,
it was
right?
the 37th, 38 over on the time frame, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's as if he spoke in a T20 match.
Yeah.
You have time ahead of you. So, by the way, I didn't watch. I was listening, right, while I go about my chores. So I beyond that, I can't say anything.
Here's
Over to you.
Here's the saddest part about it, right? I don't think any of us can remember the last time Hetmyer batted more than 5 overs in a cricket match. You'll be hard pressed to find. You understand? You'll be hard pressed. So immediately when he came in this morning, I said to myself, this is going to be interesting. Because he has to be around there stick around for about 13, 14 overs. That is foreign territory for him right now. And it's been foreign territory for him for the last 3-4 years. You understand? It's a rarity. Right now, his average in 50 over cricket is like 15 or 16 or something like that since 2020. He's played 17 matches. As opposed to pre-COVID, when he was averaging almost 40. And he was one of the best young batsmen in the world. 5 centuries and 4 half centuries I think it was like 30-something matches. Which is the reason why he ended up at RCB. Because he handed the Indians a proper licking. But watching him today, and the way how he got out disturbed me, right? Hetmyer of previous years, that delivery that got him out, he would have taken 2 steps down the track, pushed it to whether it's wide long on or down to long off, and he would have taken a single, right? Adil Rashid was looking to get out of the over without any damage. Hetmyer, And what he did was he floated the ball up because he trying to get out of the over. Let me land it safely. Let me make sure it's online. Anything else that happens good after that is a bonus. Hetmyer gave him the bonus. Stuck his path straight down the track. But outside the line of the delivery, nothing good can happen there. In Hetmyer's case.
Very nonchalant.
Yeah.
Very nonchalant.
Instead of looking to play the ball, actually try to play the ball. Get your back in front of the pad. Look to play the ball. The ball is nothing much.
Intent is the name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was no intent. And that is a lack of playing enough longer form cricket. So he's rusty. Navigating.
Kevy, I ask you a question. Is he fit enough to, brother? Is he fit?
I don't think he's mentally fit.
Do you think it's both?
No, I don't think. Listen, his physique might tell you one thing, right? That's something that he has to work on within himself. But Hetmyer moves well. You understand?
Still a good fielder, right?
He's still a very good fielder. Pulled off some good stops today. You understand? There's a reason why teams that he play with, they have him on the boundary. He literally hears around the boundary, taking catches, cutting off, saving ones and twos. So he has that, right? He still has youth on his side. But I think what is troubling him is the mentality. And we've been speaking to this. The mentality is where he is struggling right now. Because once you're not getting those reps and sets, batting for long periods, I don't care how much you bat in the nets. Actual game, live action, which calls for you to react in the moment. You understand? Make on the go decisions. That is where Hetmyer is struggling.
Let me give you a bit of stats.
Mm.
On the 15th of December 2019, in Chennai, Hetty made 139.
I remember that game.
Right?
Mm.
Can you guess what is Hetty's highest ODI score since, let's say, before COVID? Because
I think it's
sorry,
like
there's after COVID, sorry, or during COVID, yeah.
I think it's like 30 something.
That's correct. 37.
Yeah, 37. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually 37. It was the same tour of India. Right. So, but then after that, if we go into 2020 and beyond, it's 32.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few single scores.
Yeah.
8, 6, 9, 4.
Yeah. When he came, he needed to build momentum with Shai Hope. He needed to stick around, let Shai Hope do what he was doing because Shai Hope was striking the ball well, and he needed to stick around and just bat. He had time to play himself in.
Yeah.
And it was beyond me as to why they thought it was a good idea to review that decision. That pissed me off even more. Because
I think it was
straight as a die.
I think it was Hope. Yeah.
I was like,
I think that he knew it was up, you know.
Yes, he did.
I think that he knew.
Everybody knew it was out, Sammy.
So
even the blind man knew it was out, Sammy.
So we got to the point of no momentum. We literally struggled to get to 308. I'm also pissed off at Shai Hope for giving it away. I thought he should have stayed there. You understand? Hold on, Walter. I thought he should have stayed there. Take what you get. You understand me? Take what you get. If you get a boundary over, that's fine. You could have still ended up with 330, 335, whatever it is. It's a whole lot better than 308 because in this day and age, people chase down 308 with their eyes closed, as we saw England did today. So we left, was that 2 overs and 2 balls on the table. You can't do that, man. You were going to say what?
No, I was just gonna add to your point because it seems like even Aljari Joseph he told him to just go after it. He told Aljari, and he could have Aljari already at 6-4. He should have just blocked the next one, and then let Hope get. And if you get even, as you said, like it would have given Hope at least you have one in the barrel.
Yeah.
So he could have gone. Hope could have gone and look for a boundary or two on a couple singles. At the fifth ball, rotate the strike, get the strike in the next over, and do that, right? And it seems sometimes like our players are arrogant. It seems that to me. It seems there's an arrogantness about us, which is a mask in a way
I
to
don't think
to
it's
to, to
arrogant. I just
hide.
think it's poor decision making. I just think it's
But
poor
it
decision
just
making.
I just see that it's that's why it just seems like, oh, I can just beat. I just got something to prove. You know what I mean? And I can just do it because I could. This how it come across to me. Might be wrong.
We start, so we set England 308. Start well. By the way, I still vexed with the umpire for the decision that he didn't give for Joe Root. That was out. That was
It
out.
was out.
Did it go to umpire call or something?
Yeah, it went to umpire's call.
Oh, okay.
It went to
All right.
umpire's call. But to anybody watching on a different day, he would have put his fingers out. You understand? But beside the point, they started well. We started well, right? Ended up we have in England, what was that, 70 something for 4, or is it 90 something for 4? And you're thinking at that point, just hold your lines. Hold your lines, hold your lengths. Right? Hold your lines, hold your lengths. If you're not getting
93 for 4.
wickets, huh?
93 for 4.
93 for 4. Hold your lines, hold your lengths, and starve them. You don't have to go looking for anything. And Matthew Ford ends up giving away 76 runs from 9 overs.
Yeah. He bowled badly.
So,
Fellas, we have the elephant in the room. The question is, does Moti play on the last ODI?
no.
Who do you replace him with?
Shamar.
Shamar Joseph?
I give Shamar a run.
Yeah.
I give Shamar a run.
That's
At
my
this point,
thought.
we've
That's
lost
my
the series,
thought.
right? We've lost the series. What else is there to lose? Give Shamar a run. Let Shamar get some.
Well, you know me and Walter say it's 2 it's gonna be 1-2, right?
Right?
Shamar plays and he wins the game for us. Takes a 5-4.
Give Shamar.
That would be excellent.
Give Shamar a run. Let him get some miles on his legs and prepare for the South African A team because he's scheduled to play in the second match.
Come back.
Yeah,
Right.
he comes back and he goes and play. Let him get some practice, right?
Yeah.
I personally think that's how it should go. Give Hetmyer another chance to play. Hopefully, he
Sure.
gets it right. He comes good. I just think because at this point, what is in it?
Here's the other question. What about Evan Lewis? What is the word on Evan Lewis? Is it an injury? What's going on?
It has got to be an injury.
Yeah, you gotta be an injury because
I was looking for something today, looking for a release of some sort, saying, well, okay, this is why Joel Andrew is still playing, and I didn't hear any. Obviously, when I joined the game late, right? So I couldn't get the morning prep, the pre-game prep that they usually give you, the commentators usually give you before the batsmen come out to bat or during the time toss. So time toss. Sorry. So he's got to be injured. Someone asked the question today.
You sure he didn't pull a Franklin Rose on anyone, right?
Yeah.
The English and their roles, right?
Yeah.
Somebody put themselves in the hard role.
He was with the coach and I'm sitting. I could tell he probably is injured.
Yeah, he's probably
injured.
Yeah, you're not playing Joel Andrew in front of Evan Lewis. Hell no. At least I don't think so.
Right. So here's the thing. Does Joel Andrew play at 2 again? Is it the case that he was asked if he wanted to do it and he just said, yes, I'm willing to try out number 2?
At his age, he's not going to turn it down.
Because some people have been calling, remember when we were talking about roles, I said I want to see more from Shai Hope. And take whatever you want away from what he did today. I still do feel he is playing the batting like a captain should, right? So I give him that. He could have done more, but I give him that, right?
Listen.
The question some people have asked is, should Shai Hope open the batting? Should Shai Hope open the batting and you move Joel Andrew down the order? Put him in at number 4 or something.
I wouldn't be adverse to that.
Or maybe even 5 after Hetty.
I wouldn't be adverse to that.
Instead of playing Joel Andrew today, they should have played what's his name? Django. Yeah, Joel Andrew not ready, buddy. I don't know.
So how does he get ready, Walter? How does he get ready?
I am just weary that I know that our first class system and at every level is not fit for purpose. But I just don't think that Joel Andrew is ready for senior international cricket.
But how will you know he's ready? How will you know?
Have everybody to play before in the last 10 years, they're ready.
Well, here's what I would say, Walter.
Even
West Indies bats relatively deep, right? And in that situation, therefore, it's as if we can take a chance then, because you bring in Django. We've had Django. Django's batting since Ireland.
Django's batting since Bangladesh.
Giving him a chance out there. You see? So I say let Joel Andrew bat, but I'm not sure you want to throw him in at number 2. I don't understand that move.
I want to open with him. Let me say this. Joel Andrew just turned 18 years old. You understand me? Joel Andrew is more talented than probably 70% of the batsmen in the West Indies right now, including some who are currently playing in that squad. You understand me? Joel Andrew just turned 18. Joel Andrew, in about 4 years, is going to become one of the most scary young men or young cricketers, young batsmen in the world. I have zero problems if he has his difficulties at the beginning of his career. He's learning how to operate at the international level. He has an idea what the bowling looks like. And in about a year or 2, you'll see a different young man. Let him, allow him to fail. He's 18. Allow him to fail. I'll tell you this. Jack Collis, how did he start his international career?
I remember.
Duck 3, 4, 5.
The great Jack Collis.
The great Jack Collis. How did he end up? Over 13,000 test runs, over 300 test wickets. Now Joel Andrew is not a batting all-rounder that bowls, right? He's a wicketkeeper also. So there's every chance of Joel Andrew turning out. Now he might not score 13,000 test runs, but he'll turn out to be a fairly good batsman. Give him the chance, right? At this point, you have to take a chance on him, or you'll never know. Because here's the other thing: had he scored 50 today, what would you have said?
Yeah, And I tuck my tail between my legs. My legs.
You know, that's just the luck of the draw, right? That's just how it goes sometimes. How overall, how do you guys feel that we did defending 308?
I think we started well. Sometimes I think Mr. Ford thinks he's a fast bowler that's bowling 85, 90 miles per hour. And but he has to realize his strength, and his strength is not that he's not gifted with pace. He probably will get a yard. He can get a yard or two eventually, probably five, and then that'll make a big difference. But his lines has to be tight. And sometimes I think he thinks he's fast and bowl short or bowl wide, and he got hit. So I think that there was a point in the game where I saw it, and Owen Morgan was calling, and Bishop was calling for Aljari Joseph to come back.
Yeah.
And there was a momentum and he had chase, and that's where I think the game got away from us at that particular point in time. And when Aljari came back, he actually got 2 wickets. So had he done that, you never know where it would have made the game tighter, because if you have Abdul Rashid with 30, 40 to go, you put in pressure
It's a
on
different
Joe.
game.
It's a different game. So yes, I think that what's his name need to tighten his lines, and Hope needs to understand and use his bowlers wisely.
Sam?
Agree with Walter on those points. We have to be a bit sympathetic to the position Hope was in. You know, I like Moti. He's my countryman, you know, and countyman. Not only country, but county. But I think he made things difficult, right? Because you're pretty much one bowler then, you see? So I'll leave it there.
I'll tell you what, we played 3 bowlers down today. Ford, Justin Graves, and Moti. Most of their overs, they either started badly or finished badly. I remember there was a point where Justin Graves was bowling and Moti. And Justin Graves got 3 good deliveries, 4 good deliveries in, and then gave away 2 boundaries at the end. Then Moti would come on and he would start with 2 bad balls. So essentially what was happening is you have 4 balls with 4 boundaries. You understand?
Mm.
The beginning and the ending and the beginning of an over. So all England were doing was saying, okay, no problem. We'll take these 4. And I know on the back end, you'll give me 4 back. And those were the areas where we were losing the game. Because you tighten things up, all right, you turn the noose, and then you slacken it back off. Then England don't have to work that hard in the next over to stay on par with what they need, right? Because they know they're going to get boundary balls. Anyways, fellas, let's stress note today. You know, I look at the West Indies, the social media page, and it said the men fought hard today. And I put a comment in the comment section, and I said, no, Aljari Joseph fought hard today. Aljari bowled his heart out today. In these last 2 games, he has bowled really, really well. And this is what you want to see from Aljari Joseph. Aljari Joseph should be the leader of the pack. As it stands right now, you know, Jaden Seals is doing really good. in the test arena, and he's finding his footing in the one-day arena. So we don't necessarily have someone to look at and go, this is the man. You understand? I want to be able to look at Alzarri and go, you are the man. We're not sure if it's Jaden. We're not sure if it's Alzarri. Today Alzarri will show up, or you don't know which Alzarri will show up. And, you know, you're struggling. Anyways, fellas, look forward to the third game. I hope we leave with one.
We said 2-1 though. We did say 2-1, Sammy. We did say.
We did.
Yeah, y'all did.
Let me tell you,
in favor of the Lions.
Yeah, in favor of the Three Lions.
Yeah,
in favor of the Three Lions.
West Indies normally stress me out. I say, you know what, for years upon years, and as y'all talk about West Indies stressing me out, you talk about Jack Callis. I went and look back, and then I look back at his test career, and then I click on one of the matches when he made. Remember the 1998 tour, and I was like, I just click it off. I said, me ever remember that? There's when a lot of the stress start for me. When I actually want to fight my IG, my best friend, my partner Greg. Honestly, so I'd actually mainline to y'all. I'd actually want to fight Greg, because when the time the man they like Hansi Cranny and the man said we get him beat. And I couldn't fathom the thought at the time because I didn't understand that West Indies was a falling giant at the time as a teenager.
Yeah.
By the way, today is his death anniversary, right?
Oh, today is Hansi Cranny's death anniversary?
Correct. Wow. Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's what, 23 years ago?
Was it that long?
Yes, sir. Oh. June 1, 2002.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't die long after he got out of the game.
Correct, yeah.
Anyways, fellas, thank you for coming online at short notice so I can get some of this stress off my chest. And we're going to see how.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah, man. Respect.
Right, cool. Yeah, man.